Hello there and welcome to UnitedFanTV GH, your number one YouTube channel. And I know it's been a while, we've been away for a while. It was because of the World Cup, an exciting World Cup it has been. Yesterday was the climax of the whole show, and France winning the World Cup with Paul Pogba putting up a man of the match display and also scoring a goal, a very beautiful goal with his weaker foot. And it's been a great workout for some of the United players, some of them not so good. The boys in England went all the way to the semi-finals, and I think it's a good show for them. It was a good show for them, and they will learn a lot from it. Just Lingard, Phil Jones played in the final game, their final game of the tournament, and even though they lost, I think it was a good experience for him. And Romelu Lukaku, he started the tournament very well, but then along the way, the goals dried up. But then, all the same, he's young, and with these things, it's the experience that counts the most. You get to play at the biggest stage. This is indeed the biggest tournament in the world, in sporting history. So it's always great when you participate in the World Cup. And Paul Pogba, I'm delighted for him. You know, he's coming for a lot of criticisms, and he couldn't have answered his critics any better than putting up a man of the match display in the final, as well as scoring a goal in the final to win France the World Cup. Congratulations to France. I was hoping another team would have won. We all have our individual teams we support. National teams we support, but then France went all the way to win, and it's good for them. And maybe they can kick on from here and win more major laurels. Enough of the World Cup. Pre-season starts, and the squad that is flying out to pre-season has been announced, and we have some youth players in the squad, notably Tahith and Angel, and it's going to be good for them because it's a chance for them to prove to the manager that they deserve some first team football coming next season. So the squad has been announced. Of course, the World Cup players, those who participated, have been given some weeks off by Jose, and he doesn't expect them to play in the first game of the season against Leicester at Old Trafford on Friday, the 10th of August. So the squad flies to United States, and the youth players are there. Pereira is back from loan. Sanchez didn't travel with the team. He's going to be linking up with them later on in the US. So we've had the signing of Diego Dalot and Fred already, and Lee Grant, because Pereira is going out, and we need a third keeper, and Romero is also recovering from an injury. So it's important that we get somebody to back up the gear and Romero. And Lee Grant is quite an experienced guy, and hopefully whenever he's called upon, he does well for the team. So it's been a great tournament for some of the players. It's been a great experience for everybody else, every United player who went there. And I know most of you are now thinking about transfers, because now the transfer window has been brought forward. The deadline has been brought forward. I think it's 9th August before the season kicks off. That's the final day of the summer transfer, and a lot of you are frustrated because probably your favorite players are not being signed yet. But then I have a firm belief that it's going to be a good window. Already there are some rumors about certain players we are looking at, and also some exits. I think the first notable exit will be Daley Blind, because it seems like Ajax is in advanced talks with United for the signing of the Dutch midfielder, and hopefully he's not the only one who goes away, because I think there are a lot of dead woods in the team. We would need to get players out quickly before the final days, where you'll be forced to take any amount for any player, and then also with the signings you'll be forced to pay outrageous amounts. Already players are being overpriced from deals, and we need to get things done quickly. For me personally, I think if we could sign a player like Gareth Bale, it would define our season totally. Gareth Bale comes to the Premier League and he's the best player, the best outfield player in the league. There's no question about that. And it's very important that we sign a right midfielder, attacking midfielder. It looks like Willian is favouring a move to Barcelona because they are very keen on him, and Chelsea has already rejected a few bits for their player. And Bale fits the United team through and through. So a front three of Sanchez, Lukaku, Bale is worth thinking about and worth considering. And we already have Fred, who is looking more likely to partner Matic and Pogba in our first 11. And so Jose is actually looking at playing a 4-3-3 going forward. I'd also like to hear from you who you think we should sign, or who would complement our team at this moment, because it looks like it's going to be a tough window, because now that the World Cup is over, teams in the English Premier League don't have a very long time to conclude deals. You know, we're supposed to be signing Toby from Spurs, but then it's difficult doing any kind of business with Tottenham because of Daniel Levy and the prices he's quoting for Toby is outrageous for somebody who's 29 and has, I think, a year left on his current deal. And then he would be fantastic for our defense. I think we should ship out Smalling and Jones. I don't know what they are still doing at United at this time, because they clearly aren't going to be helping us a lot. Lindelof had a very wonderful World Cup, and I think it's time maybe Jose considered giving him opportunities, maybe to partner with Eric Bailey in the central defensive positions, because we have to hit the ground running. Our neighbors are signing players, quality players, I must say, and if we are to come first next season, we'll need to sign quality too. There's no doubt about that. We cannot win the league with our current crop of players. We will need to sign players. So I'd like to hear from you who you think we should be signing, and who you think should be going, and what's the best way we can play in the next season. This has been your host, Sean Budu, and hopefully I catch you again soon. Bye bye.